Hey everyone, it's Karen, and on this episode, I'm going to be talking about who invented the PlayStation. I figured I would do a little bit of background on each console, whether I have played them or not played them, because as previously you have seen, I've never really played the Nintendo Switch that much. I've never played that much, and the only thing I've played is like the Nintendo, like the little thing, the little Game Boy, that's what it's called. Wish I would have thought of that before for the other game episodes. But I've only really played the Game Boy. I've played PlayStation and Xbox One. So PlayStation 1, Xbox One. I've never played really anything else. Growing up, I played Xbox 360 eventually, but other than that, I never played anything else because I don't have money to afford other game consoles like everybody else does. So, and my parents are rich, so there's that. So let's dive into who invented the PlayStation. Ken, a Japanese engineer and a businessman, is credited as the inventor of the PlayStation. He is often called the father of the PlayStation for leading the development of the original console and its successors at Sony. Again, Sony girl, grew up on all things Sony. Even my TV and like everything we had was Sony, so that's why I'm so passionate. And I even wrote and some of my other episodes you'll probably hear me talking about this, but I have also wrote a college paper for my business class about Sony because I love them so much, so I had to. But yeah, let's get a little background information on who Ken is. So he is a vision for PlayStation and grew up from an earlier partnership between Sony and Nintendo to create a CD-ROM added on for the Super Nintendo. So, again, that's another reason why I wanted to bring up all the gaming systems, because Sony, or how I just mentioned that Sony and Nintendo linked up, so PlayStation is Sony and then Nintendo is Nintendo. I just feel like if you talk about each little background, it helps make the whole puzzle. So I always like to give little pieces of each thing. The second little fun fact I have is when Nintendo broke the deal with Ken, was given the green light by Sony's president to develop the PlayStation as its own distant console, which was first released in 1994. Again, I blame it on me being a 90s baby. That's why I love all this. Not really, but I mean, I have to because I grew up on it. But I must say, PlayStation is better because I like it. Because I said so. And it was born in 1994. So literally 2 years before I was born. And the last little fun fact that I have is before this, Ken had already made a name for himself at Sony by developing the sound chip for Nintendo's Super NES console. So he already made a name for himself, which is really good. And that's why I really like about Ken specifically, because it mentioned that he was both an engineer and a businessman. So, like, the reason why I want to bring that up is because for me, I am business, art, writing, kind of everything in between. Like, I just feel like if you're a creator, you can't just be one thing at all. So I like that part. That's why, again, I brought that out, because I want to show everyone that you can be whatever you want. Engineer and business are completely two different things. Business is like, to me, paper pushing. Engineer, working like with mechanics in your hand. Business is your brain. So like being able to use your brain and hands together, it's really good for a combination. So that's why I figured going into business and English together, since art really is kind of dying with AI nowadays. Yeah, I just figured having both sides is good. So you can tell whoever isn't a good inventor because you have both sides working, your brain and your hands. But yeah, I hope that you all learned a little bit about Ken and PlayStation. Please let me know what console you all like playing. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, whatever. Let's start interacting and get more social. Comment, like, share down below. And if you want to hop on my gaming podcast, let me know and I can interview. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.